Hi everyone, welcome back to the farm. So today it's Wednesday, we're halfway through the week and I've got some bales which have got to come in back to the yard. And here's the babies which are growing, the little ones on top field. So these are starting to come up quite nicely and they are going to have the fertilizer this year, so they will have some fert. But first of all, I've got to get these bales in. Wind. It is blooming windy today and it doesn't seem to be slowing down. It is dry though, has been nice and sunny. Bit nippy though, however, bit nippy. So could do with a clean in this cab from harvest. I normally get the cab covered in dust and muck and I always do a spring clean sort of as we head towards winter. So these are the last bales to come back in the yard. They'll be stacked in the shed away with the rest of them. I was actually speaking to King Feeders earlier on this morning, who if anyone remembers from a long time ago, back when we had a JCB, we used to have a King Feeders Zago machine, and I was speaking to him about a Zago feeder bedder, one of the new XL 4000s, which was one of the machines we used to have. It was a really good machine, and a lot of people did say, why did you get rid of it? Because it was actually a good bit of kit. So we're going to have a look at one of those, which is what we used to run. And then there's also the new McHale C460, which is the McHale version of a feeder bedder basically, and they are supposed to be really good on silage. They're supposed to have welded blades on their flywheel which stops them blocking up on silage, because that's the thing with straw blowers, they're easy to use in straw, but when it comes to silage you really want a good bit of kit which isn't going to block up, and that has always been the problem with a lot of the feeder bedders over the years, is they do just block up on wet boggy grass. So we'll give the Zago another go I think, and then we'll look at the C460 as well. There's also Teagle with the 8200, which is a trail machine. So we'll look at a bit of everything. Yeah, I'm going to get these bales on this trailer. Now we want them inside because we want them out of the rain. There's going to be a lot of rain come the winter time, come autumn, and we really want them out of there and in the shed or under one of the Agritel sheets. So they're still in really good condition now, but if you left these out for too long, you get that sort of black mould on the outside of them where they just start to go all manky. So I'm trying to keep them in good condition for the livestock really, if we can. There's a fair bit of weight in those bales, even though they're small. There's a good bit of density to them. I think I whacked the density up when I was on the baler doing those 120s. Yeah, some nice looking bales. Right, back to the yard. Alright, so we're back in the yard, and unfortunately I can't park the trailer around where the bales have got to go, because it's a bit of a narrow place to get into, which is always why we've had quite a small telehandler really. It's for the older sheds. You really are quite limited on space. But what I'll do is I'll pick one up like that, and with the concrete it does make a difference. If you want to put something flat facing down, I'll drop one here next to it, so I'll put that down the concrete. With the side squeezes, you don't damage the bales either, which does make a difference when you come to unwrap them in the winter. Long time ago, you used to use just a muck fork, a muck grab, and then it would always be on a cold winter's morning, you'd be trying to get the bit of net wrap off the top of the bale, and it would get caught on where the muck grab tines had been. And so now, just to make it easier in the winter, I try and not damage a single bale with the tines, if that makes sense. And it does make a difference when you come to unwrap them. It's always when the telehandler's high up in the air and it's hovering over a feed barrier or something like that, that the net wrap decides to get caught. But no longer, no more. Not with this new solution I've come up with. And it also, stucking them on the sides, it makes a big difference indoors, because you can get more bales in the shed. Whereas, again, years ago we used to just store them the other way around, how they are on the trailer, and you didn't actually get that many bales in the shed. So it's just, you know, small things which make a difference, make the farm a bit more efficient. And I reckon we save about 30% of straw doing this, rather than letting it go mouldy and rotten in the field. So, go back up all the way. So this is why I can't get the trailer in here. There's a 6.9 on the topper. I finished that topping job yesterday. And I tell you what, I was walking the dogs last night, after I'd done that job. And there was a bloody kingfisher. Came on the lake. Blue one, lovely little bird. And I haven't seen a kingfisher around these parts for a long, long time, not for years and years. And so that really made my day yesterday. Really, really made my day. I'm going to try and get some pictures of it if I can. They're really, really rare. But yeah, we have had them on the farm before, kingfishers, but as I come to the front, so I normally put 3 up there, and then I'll put 4, just like the hay up there, so I can go 4 high. If you go 4 high too early, you end up going through the roof, and then you're going to be paying new roof bills, which is never any fun. So I always go about 3, 3, 3, and then 4 at the end. So that's what we'll try and get to in a minute. So there's the 135 sitting over there. There she is in the tractor. New battery about to go in. Looks like it's going to rain. Massive cloud over the farm today, grey clouds. We did get a good bit of rain the other night, about 10 mil, which is why the beet looks so good at the moment. So, glad everyone's finished harvest. To be fair, I shouldn't think there'll be any combines out now. Shouldn't be all done by now. Maize will be being harvested. Sugar beet will be harvested soon, for what it's worth. We don't grow it anymore because, well, British sugar don't really seem to pay enough in our opinion on this farm, so we pack that job in. And actually I think the real one who makes the money out of the sugar game in this country is the supermarket, but then again, you could say that about anything in farming these days. The supermarket seems to take most of the big profits, and then the farmer is always the one who seems to get paid last, unfortunately. That's how it's been since the dawn of time. Unless you open a farm shop or something like that and try and sell direct to your customers. Believe me, we've got, God, this yard's got to be sorted out. I've got a concrete all around here because this drain catches the tyre every now and then. Oh. fills it up with hogget, but it still gets in the way every now and then. But yeah, we'll concrete that bit. Tidy that barn up as well. That'll be the workshop. And then the machinery dealership as well, so we can hire equipment out of there. You know, in the economy we're in now, a lot of people don't want to go out and necessarily buy a tractor or buy a piece of equipment, whether it's a, you know, digger or an implement or something like that. But they might be interested in hiring it. You know, they might be interested in hiring it for a day, a couple of days, a week. You know, you go to the big dealerships, the big John Deere places, see it, you know, they're, you know, very expensive. You know, for the average small family farm out there. You know, they don't want to be hiring from these big corporations. You know, I've hired stuff from them before, and they'll say, oh, well, you know, if the machine's dirty when it comes back, there's a £50 cleaning charge and all the rest of it. But, you know, I wouldn't be as bothered about things like that. As long as someone hires it, you know, brings it back in reasonable condition, I'll be fine. You know, I'll be over the moon. So yeah, there's that element of the business, and that's why those girders at the moment are sitting out, because they're going to be. I found all the girders now. We've got the girders. I just need cutting discs, which I need to go down to Travis Perkins later on and start getting cutting on the steel. I have actually got as well oxygen acetylene. If I fish it out from the workshop, there is some oxygen acetylene with a cutting torch, which would also cut the girders down there. You see those girders over there, which I've got here. So they are part of the new dealership, but I need to cut them. Anyway, I've got to take the puppy out in a bit, Moss. The potatoes have just been harvested and he'll come out for a run, so I'll show you the puppy. We'll get the rest of these bales trucked in the shed and then we'll be winning. The shed's starting to fill up now. I think we've reached the limit. I'll have to find somewhere else to put the bales, or I'll just have to leave the last couple of hundred outdoors, but I was hoping to bring some more in if I could, to save them from the winter weather. You see here the potatoes, they've all been harvested now. I've actually got potatoes for dinner tonight. I've got ham, egg and chips. Here's Moss, here he is, look. I'm training him to follow the Polaris at the moment. So hopefully he can... Are you going to come say hello, Moss? Moss? Hello. So yeah, he's the latest addition to the farm. Pip and Moss. Pip's the older collie, she's about 2. And Moss is only about 17 weeks, 16, 17 weeks now. He's away! Moss is away! Look at him go! Look at the speed! Right, well, we're back on the turnips field. We've scared the pigeons off, and the turnips will be fertilised in the next couple of days, hopefully. Moss could have had a very different life. He could have gone to the city, couldn't you? So you are going to have quite a good life out here, I should think. You know, out in the countryside, on the farm, looking after the sheep. He's got the 2 older collies as well, who will keep him company and probably show him the ropes, because they're a lot more experienced than him. And he's got a lot to learn, haven't you, boy? I've got a lot to learn as well. But yeah, I just hope that he'll make mistakes, but I hope he doesn't get in trouble, basically. You know, I've seen it in the past where, you know, in farms and stuff, you know, they get run over and all the rest of it when they're young like this. But you know, he's learning. That's the most important thing, I think. And every day we watch him stumble and make mistakes, don't we, Moss? But he's, you know, just inquisitive. He's so inquisitive all the time. He's just always on the go. He always wants to be with you. So we're just walking across the turnips now, and there's a few weeds in places. It is a bit weedy. But that being said, there's plenty of turnips here to fertilise, so there is, I think it does warrant the fertiliser. It's expensive, you know, it's several £1000s fertiliser, but you only get out of a crop what you put into a crop, I think. And you know, if we don't do it, we won't get anything to grow to feed the sheep over winter. So if you look down here, oh, bloody hair there, look. No, Mossy, no. This is what I mean about the mistakes, you know, when they're young. He'll give up in a minute. Moss, come on, boy. Moss. Come here. You're not going to catch it. Come on, back you come. Good boy. Come on. That'll do. He'll sleep well tonight, I tell you. He will sleep well tonight because he's been all over the farm. It's so much energy. There you are. Right, good boy. Anyway, I'm going to walk the rest of these turnips. And I'll put Moss back to the kennel. And then we're going to go and check some sheep later on. So yeah, with that, keep liking and subscribing. And from Moss and I, we'll catch you on the next one. Click here to subscribe to the channel. And click here to watch another Olly's Farm video.